Media Chairman, Editor-in-Chief, Steve Forbes. Steve, great to have you here.
Good to be here.
We have so much to cover here. Let me just very quickly hit on a couple of things. First, Donald Trump is not going to divest. He doesn't have the time to, couldn't possibly. What does he do that is satisfactory to reasonable people? Forget the five, whatever you would like to call them, extremists in the Senate.
The key word is reasonable. And if you do something reasonable, which he says he's going to do, have his sons run the business, his daughter will continue to advise him, his son-in-law will continue to advise him, very, very separate. And then reasonable people will say, that's all you can do. There's not like selling stocks and bonds. You got stuff all over the world, real estate you can't sell overnight.
No.
So, again, the key thing is reasonable. If he does something that comes across as reasonable, Democrats can sputter, they can shake their impotent fists, but it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, it is, it's understandable. These people are diminished to such a point, they don't think they can get any smaller. I'm talking about the Democrats, the left in this country. But with these actions, they do become pitiably smaller and smaller. They are driving their own irrelevance.
Well, they can't believe that they lost. And they not only can't believe it, but they think so by some miracle they're going to reverse it. Like the Electoral College will come to our rescue. No, it won't. No. Oh, we'll threaten impeachment. Boy, Donald Trump is really staying up late nights worrying about that.
And the left here has emerged as an anti-American group. I mean, they are trying to subvert the will of the people. They're not just simply saying, we'll get you in 4 years and we're going to be reasonable and obey the laws. They're saying, the hell with you, and we're going to subvert the will of the people.
They're trying to do the old illegitimacy thing because you know what they're facing in 2018, especially in the Senate? 33 seats up, 25 Democrats, 8 Republicans. If this economy starts to improve, they know they could lose as many as 10 or 12 seats in 2018. And so they'll be more impotent than ever before.
Let's turn very quickly to the provocations by China going after the drone, and then in the démarche, the response saying, there are risks in the South China Sea. It's disputed, and therefore we did what comes naturally. What should be our response to the Chinese, where we have an immense investment and a great dependency for goods as well as products?
They're as dependent on us, more dependent on us than we on them, if it ever came to that. Number two, China really believes, and I think they're going to be disabused of this notion, that we're a declining nation. The Soviets, the Russians, believed that in the 1970s. They got a rude lesson in the 1980s and ended up collapsing.
And we have a leader, by the way, in Donald Trump, who can reverse and will reverse
this is where the economic program is not just about our prosperity.
Peace through strength.
Hey, that's a great phrase. Where have I heard that before?
Well,
but the key thing is, if this economy starts to turn around, which it will, when you have those tax cuts, deregulation, and the like, then the Chinese economy is now in trouble.
How much trouble do you think
their bond market nearly closed down on Thursday. Yeah. Money is pouring out of China. They've lost $1 trillion in recent years. The Chinese people, their government may huff and puff, but the Chinese people don't have faith in their own government. Money goes when they smell trouble. That's what you have in China.
Yeah, and with real trouble. And it looks as though, given the troubles they've got, they may want some limited amount of trouble and conflict with the United States. They certainly don't want, do you believe, open conflict?
Oh, of course not. They know what happened to Japan when they tried that. That movie did not have a happy ending for them. And so what they haven't fully grasped yet, despite that Taiwanese phone call, they haven't fully grasped this president is different from Barack Obama. It's going to be very, very different. And they will learn. They will learn.
And 31 days, by my count. Steve, thanks so much. Steve.